Hi everyone, it's your girl T.U.O and we coming back with a reality check regarding the Married to Medicine, Real Housewives of Potomac, Southern Charm, Charleston. I think I want to get into Southern Charm first, but real quick, I recently purchased a Ari Lennox album. I recently purchased an Ari Lennox album. I got her vinyl with the signature and her CD disc. Um, and so I wanted to put out my support to her. Go and get you a copy or stream it on all the platforms. Please download it. Besides Spotify, we don't support Spotify, but matter of fact, I don't know. I think Ari's album is streamed through Spotify. Give me one second. Give me one second. So it's streamed, or you can purchase it on Shopify, not Spotify. There's a difference because I have to double check. I was looking at it. So mine should be coming today, probably tomorrow, the latest. Because the last I checked, it was in Tennessee. But I'm excited about getting it. I definitely got a vinyl player, but I don't think I'm going to open Ari's vinyl. That's why I got the CD as well. So I'll just play the CD and then just keep the vinyl somewhere safe and secure because you never know. These things, uh, become valuable at a later time. Um, so you guys go ahead and go out and support Ari Lennox. And let me see, is there something else I wanted to discuss? I think that was the main thing that I wanted to mention. I love Ari. She's very soulful. She does remind me of Erica Badu, a new version of Erica Badu, because Erica Badu is Erica Badu. Nobody can mimic her style, but it's kind of sultry. And what do they call that genre? Um, Not poetic, but I forgot. I tell you, when this camera comes on, my whole thought process, um, it escapes me. Just like the my other video when I was like, "Oh, what is that thing that Black people are doing about the barbecue?" It was gatekeeping. Child, it didn't come to me till the next day. It just my brain blocks when this camera comes on. But anyways, um, neo soul. That's the style that it is. It's neo soul. And so I enjoy her music. I definitely listen to Shea Butter over and over. The other albums, I have not really listened to it from the beginning to the end, but this will be my first time with fresh ears listening to her album front to back. And I enjoy the fact that I can do some old school. I'm gonna keep it clean. Some old school stuff and use the not only, vinyl. Like I said, I'm not going to use the vinyl, but the CD even is a vintage at this point. But anyways, so I just wanted to put that out there. Okay, that's enough. So let's get into Southern Charm. I didn't take notes on Southern Charm. That's the reason why I want to get into it first. I took notes on all the other shows because I had watched it. You guys know Southern Charm comes on at Wednesday on Bravo. I don't know if it comes on Pluto or anything like that, like some of the other shows, but as far as Southern Charm comes on Wednesday, and Married to Medicine in Real Housewives of Potomac comes on Sunday. And I also watch What Happens Live as well, which is so entertaining. But I'm definitely gonna have to watch What Happens Live on Wednesday because Rodrigo goes on there. And for me, Rodrigo, he's like very um how do you say, like um I don't know. He's very I don't want to say cutthroat. I don't even want to say tell it like it is because that's even a little bit of slang, but um very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I have to really think about these terms that I'm looking for, but very matter of fact. That's the word I'm looking for. It's very matter of fact. That it is what it is, whether you like it or not. Um, I don't know his last name. Um, I'm looking it up real quick. Okay, that's not him. He's just so real to me, and I enjoy his, like, when he's on the screen. But I will say, like, last week, or was it last the week before that, when they were telling Sally that Charlie was going on a date with Craig, he jumped in and he's like, because I think he felt like um maybe what's his name? All these names are so hard to keep up. Austin was trying to steal his thunder by, telling secrets and stuff, and that's usually Rodrigo's position. He carries the bone to people, so he had a job. He was like, "Stop, because Charlie's going on a date with Craig, and you're gonna ruin it, and all this stuff." And so I'm like, he had to jump in there and spill the beans before Austin could. And so I thought it was very humorous how he went about it. Again, I keep looking out my window, but so there was some things, and let me say this too. I didn't record last week because Southern Charm, I mean, no, not Southern Charm, Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine, their episodes was not uploaded. Usually they're uploaded the next day, right? I like to watch the shows on demand because I can fast forward through the commercial, even though, and I realized something about myself too. I enjoy commercials because it gives me a chance to get up off my butt and go to the bathroom, or get something together and stuff. It gives me that chance, right? um I recently purchased Netflix without ads, and let me tell you something. I noticed, like, dang, I'm just sitting here watching the episode straight through without commercials, and like, even scrolling, like, I'll miss a whole scene or two just because I'm scrolling. Because even with the commercial, at least I get to scroll on my phone a little bit and get back to it, right? And just because it has been a pattern of things, let me check my sound because that's been an issue in the past. So I don't want to go through this and then my sound is not right. Okay. Just want to make sure. So it sounds like it's good. Yeah, it sounds like it's good. So, I didn't record because of that. And if you look at the description for the shows for Married to Housewives and Real Housewives of Potomac, I mean, I keep saying Married to Housewives, Married to Medicine. It says following ladies in the day to day, something simple. And I was like, that's rude. Like, it doesn't explain to you what the episode is about. It just says some general description following women in their day-to-day life. And I was like, well, I guess somebody dropped the ball this week. Somebody was on vacation or something. But anyway, so I didn't do a video. And so this week I'll just be brushing up on the episodes that I missed. Real quick, Sally tells Craig that she is interested in him and wants to date. And he looks at her like, ew. Like, he was like, I'm not with that. He tells her so quick, and it was so embarrassing. I had secondhand embarrassment for Sally after she told him that. And I was like, damn, Vanita was right. And then the crazy part is too, because Craig advised her to get some chickens, and hold on a second. I want to see if I'm supposed to be looking at the camera or because I feel like when I look at my screen, that's when I'm looking direct. Okay. So Craig advises her to get some chickens, and they're at the chicken place when she tells him. So when she finally gets the chickens, she's like upset, like, damn, I got these chickens because of Craig. Thanks a lot, Craig. And she has to clean up. She's scared of him and all this stuff. I think she got the chickens thinking that her and Craig would be doing this thing together. That would be their common interest together, taking care of animals and stuff. This is not her common interest alone. I don't think she's gonna keep the chickens by next year. Anybody wants to leverage that bet or something? I'm sorry. This is not a platform where betting. This is not a casino or anything. I'm just saying, not leverage, but wager. So she I don't think she's going to keep the chickens by next year. I think that she's going to get rid of them and say, oh, I couldn't take care of them and blah, blah, blah. She only did it for Craig. And so after she told Craig went around telling people that, oh, can you believe Sally likes me? That's weird. She's weird. And he was speaking very negative about her in a bad light. He was kind of spinning it like everywhere she goes, she starts problems. Trouble follows her is, I think, what he said. And I think Austin, who likes Sally, who's interested in Sally, called him out on it and was like, bro, you were hanging out with her all the time. So all of a sudden you have a problem with her? Why all of a sudden you have a problem with her? Oh, and I just want to let you guys know I am wearing the same shirt. So, but anyways, this is my school shirt. So anyways, so she's like, sorry, I'm trying to think. I lost my train of thought thinking about my shirt. She's like, let me think. Sorry. So he's going around, and Austin calls him out on it. And then Craig decides to leave. They were at the bar and stuff. They're bar hopping. And so Craig decides to leave because he didn't want to get into an argument with Austin and everything. And their relationship is kind of fractured as well. It's not really as strong as it used to be, where everybody was beer goggled, and as long as they had this trauma relationship, they were all good. Austin had a conversation with his girlfriend who's in North Carolina, I believe. Where is she at? Because if she's in Carolina, they're in Carolina. I don't know. But anyway, so they were having this conversation, and she's like, I hope you don't let him back into your space, because you always allow him back in your space so easily. And he became very defensive. And I feel like, me personally, as an observer, I feel like Austin is trying to make excuses as to why he's about to break up with his girlfriend. I don't know her name, but he can't be a man and just say, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. he has to make up excuses as to why he is not going to be in a relationship with her. Let me think. So fast forward, Austin goes to Madison's house where she's having a pajama party. Also in that episode, Madison tells Vanita that Sally got rejected by Craig, and Vanita is basically basking in her glory about the fact she was right about the situation between Sally and Craig. She's like smiling, she can't hold it. She's like excited, she can't wait to see Sally so she can throw it in her face and stuff. And I'm like, this is like how you guys are saying it's a valid crash out. I'm like, this is warranted. This is definitely warranted because I feel like Vanita was attacked for trying to protect Sally. Sally attacked her for trying to protect her as a friend, and I feel like, why not? Why not enjoy the fact that you were right as a friend and be like, all I was trying to do was be there for you, and you got angry at me, or whatever. And so, um, Sally comes and she tells everybody what happened, and or Madison tells Sally, like, I told Vanita what happened, and Vanita was like, why you didn't call me? And she was like, you said don't call you if it happens, so I didn't. And Vanita's like, yeah, I did say that, but look, I was right. She was like, I didn't want to say I was right, but I'm gonna tell you I was right. I was right, girlfriend. And she's still laughing and smiling. And then Sally gets all in her feelings, like, why are you making fun of me? This hurts. And oh my God, I didn't think it was gonna be like this. And something happened to where where Vanita decided to get up and get out of there. I'm gonna speak for Vanita. I'm not speaking on behalf of Vanita, but I'm gonna speak for Vanita. Vanita feels like it was supposed to be bros over her, okay? The French one, right? It was supposed to be, but you guys against you and Vanita against Craig. Not saying that you had to dislike Craig, right? But the fact that Craig is disrespecting your friend, it could be the smallest disrespect. Not speaking when you walk in a room to this person is high disrespect, but it's very small, right? If this person is not respecting your friend, how could you be associated with this person? How could you condone yourself around them and allow them into your space? They're talking trash about your friend in your face. You don't, that just tells me, Sally, that that's not your real friend. That's somebody you're utilizing. Sorry. That's somebody that you're utilizing for the show. And I feel like Vanita, I get it. Like, you guys want to be on the show, so you guys create or support one another, create these friendships, right? And so that you guys can have a scene together, you guys can have discussions about the things that went on in certain scenes and stuff. I get it. It gives you a chance to be a main cast member. So you want to keep your position. But I don't think that you're a true friend. I think Vanita, on the other hand, is always coming with her heart on her shoulders. She did it with Madison, and their relationship became a little fractured. And now she's doing it with Sally, and their relationship is becoming fractured, and if not yet broken, because what I saw from Sally on Watch What Happens Live after that episode was that she was disrespecting Vanita. She was saying all types of disrespectful things about Vanita, saying like, oh, I don't know why she would say that. That was so rude. And I was like, girl, she was telling you the truth though. She could have presented it in a different way. No, nobody's going to sit up there and copy your fingers. And I think that because Vanita said she had a hard time with communicating, like she's very passive aggressive, that she was giving you hints. She was dropping hints to you like, girl, this is not. She kept saying at the beach party, is that something, are you interested in him? Is that something you really want to do? You know, she was kind of, and then you were fighting so hard for Craig. I just don't feel like you give the same energy that you gave Craig to Vanita. It's not equal. And it's crazy because he's not your real friend. Vanita is. He dropped you so hard. He basically said on camera, let's get into the new episode. So they come back to the pajama party, right? At Madison House. And I want to say Craig so much as said at the bar that he only used you to get close to Charlie. That every time he never had a moment of time alone with Charlie because you're always in the way. He used you. And the fact that you protected him and took up for him and did all these things and he doesn't even like you, it's like pie in your face right now. And let me tell you something, Vanita is eating up some of that pie off your face. She's eating it up. Because how dare you disrespect the person who's willing to protect you, go up and beyond to defend you against this person, to be like, I don't need your defense. I got it. You do got it. And I was so mad at Vanita for trying to embrace her. I was like, no, 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 no. Keep that same energy, girl, because you told her if her face get cracked, you don't come to me when it gets cracked. And I need you to just sit there and drink your tea, drink your wine, drink whatever you had that night, because I think you was detoxing, and and sip on that and hush and you just get the tea. Don't come for her. Don't. Oh no. And when she says something to you, if she the only thing that Sally needs to say to you, Vanita, is that I'm sorry, you were right. And I should have listened to you as a friend. If she couldn't say those words, the hell with her. Okay? To hell with her. No, we don't. And it's you're allowing her to mistreat you, Vanita. And I felt so bad for Vanita when she was sitting at that table. I felt bad for her at the beach party. I felt bad for her at the pool party. I felt bad for her in every single scene because she continues to try to be these people friend, and they don't want to be her friend. Let's just be real. I think the only person that's genuinely, but also really not, again, it's like a business relationship, is Rodrigo. But at least he gonna keep it real with you. I'm like, girl, if you believe that, that's what he said. If you believe that, I guess, girl, I get finally. I guess, you know, I love that. He's not gonna sit up there and sugarcoat it. So let me think. What else happened? So after it was said that Charlie and Craig were going on a date, Charlie was like, took him back. She was like, oh my God. I mean, she played the role so well. And I'm not going to sit up there and profile nobody, but I'm just saying the role that they be playing it very well. I was going to try to tell you, but I never had the right time. No. It was plenty of time. You could have pulled her to the side and said, hey, you think I could talk to you real quick? You know, you can text, call, you guys got each other now. So it's like, what time did you not know? And so Sally's upset. She's like, I can't believe you're going on a date with him. And everything in that scene, from the time that Rodrigo told from when Rodrigo told Sally that Charlie and Craig were going on a date, from that point on, I was like, that's how Vanita was feeling, though. That's exactly how Vanita was feeling. And you didn't mind allowing her to feel the way that you're feeling about Charlie. Betrayed, dismissed, avoid in your relationship. That's kind of how Vanita was feeling. But everything was fine. That was okay. for Vanita to feel that way. I was like, the audacity of you expect some type of treatment, a different type of treatment that you didn't give to Vanita. It's crazy to me. Let me see. And mind you, Vanita left at this point, because if Vanita was there, I'm pretty sure she would have been like, that's how I was feeling. You know, again, I'm speaking for the Vanita. Okay. Um, Let me think. What happened there after? I don't think it was anything that was that interesting. I'm trying to think because it was a while ago. Because I'm telling you, like Wednesday to Sunday is like lightning. What is it? Light years. Um, and I'm older now, so I can't really remember stuff. Let me put my head up to the sky and think. Y'all heard of that? When you put your head up to the sky, a memory comes back. I don't know. Is gravity pulling down the memory? Um, so Austin tells Sally that, oh, and Craig said that you are a tornado of chaos. Oh, I want to confront him. I wish you guys would have brought him here. I would have confronted him. Well, if Craig was there, mind you, Austin wouldn't have said what he said, and Rodrigo wouldn't have said what he said if Craig was there. That's one. So it got back to Sally that Craig. I mean, it got back to Craig. I think Sally confronted him, was like, "Yeah, you said I was a person of chaos." Yeah, they had a party. Now it's coming back to me. They went to a party, and she was I think somebody told Craig, and so Craig went over to Sally. Oh, you know what? It was Charlie. Charlie was like, I can't go on a date with you if there's friction between you and Sally. That's something that Sally should have did for Vanita. I just don't understand why she's not getting this. So then Craig was like, I really want to go on a date with her, so I'm gonna go talk to Sally. So he goes to talk to Sally, and there's a little bit of friction. He's like, he's denying I never said that. Who told you I said that? And she said, Austin. He looks over at Austin, and they turn his camera to Austin. He's like, I didn't say that. He's lying or whatever. I enjoyed our friendship. He's basically lying through his teeth, because we saw on camera that he had an issue with Sally and wanted to just hang out with Charlie. So then he goes, and Charlie's like, did you fix it? He was like, yeah, I fixed it. Are we still going on a date? That's the only thing that he's concerned about, is going on a date. So then they move forward. They go to some bar or something, and Austin, his girlfriend, is there. Austin is kind of ignoring his girlfriend. He hasn't told her yet that he doesn't want to be in a relationship with her anymore either. I'm like, when do you tell a person that you don't want to be in a relationship with them anymore? I feel like, especially a guy, because their needs are very different than women, they will drain you for the things that benefit them. If you don't know what these things are, you shouldn't be dating. But women, I don't think they stay in, because now we are able to get the things that we need on our own. Unless you just a bum and don't like to work, then you utilize a man for those things. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying, at the rate that it happens with men, they drain you and suck up. I think he's only using her for the moment until he just can't take it no more, and he utilizes somebody else. They call it leeching, or a parasite. That's what they call it. So he starts talking to Sally. Well, first of all, his girlfriend tells him, she didn't speak to me. She's speaking to everybody else, but she's not speaking to me. He goes to Sally. Does he bring it up to Sally? No. He starts talking to Sally about Charlie, about Craig, and all this stuff. And his girlfriend walks past. He doesn't even see her. Then he turns around like, where did she go? She's sitting there by herself. Nobody's speaking to her. And that's kind of where we left off with the fact that that his girlfriend is sitting at another table, and he walks over to her and is like, what's going on? And so I think this is the breakup that we've been needing. This is the breakup that we've been needing, because I don't like to see someone, I don't care if it's woman or male, I don't like to see someone being taken advantage of. If you don't like this person, find an exit. But you need to get off the freeway. Like, you're on the freeway too long. When are you going to get off? It's time to get off. So that's kind of where we left off at. We're at a 30 minute point, so that's pretty good. I spent 20 minutes on it. I took notes on the other ones. It's probably going to be a bit longer. First of all, I was using the mic, and so it kind of like, how you say, like, was not spelling shit right. So it wasn't taking down my notes correctly, but I was too lazy to type it. Okay. And I really wanted to capture my reaction in the moment, but at the same time, it don't usually happen like that. Let me also pat myself on the back today. I went to the gym. I got back into the gym. I don't know if I have it on. I don't know if I have it on my Instagram. But this girl that I follow, she showed that she be showing some weird stuff. I'm gonna show y'all real quick, okay? Just real quick, okay? Hang in there with me. Hold on one second. Let me show you guys this real quick because I had to make this comment on there too. Let me see. And it was some people who was like in agreement with me, or was like exactly. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, here we go, right here. I don't want the sound or anything. So, look. Hold on one second, because it don't never do the thing that I wanted to do. Thank you. Oh, hold on a second. Dang it. Gotta wait till it play again. Okay, there we go. I follow her. My bad. It went to something else. My bad. Here we go. It say, I have to lay down on the floor to wipe because I'm too big. And I said, once it becomes difficult to wipe my behind, it's time to get back to the gym, right? I usually like to like my own stuff. And so I'm like, this is a public stall. We just saw that, right? That's a public stall. So I'm like, once it becomes difficult to wipe back there, and as you can see, I'm really not that big, but I'm still kind of like thickums, right? And it'd be hard. It's hard to stretch and it'd be hurting. So I said, oh no, I got to get back to the gym. I got to get back to the gym. I'm huffing and puffing, coming up the stairs and stuff. When I get up, making noises and stuff. I'm over that. So I got back to the gym yesterday. It was my first day back, and I just want to pat myself on the back about it. One day at a time. It wasn't that bad. I'm not really sore. I worked on my arms, my upper body. I said that I'll just alternate. That's what I'll do. If you're coming in, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me put it in the chat. Thank you guys for being so patient. I just want to share that with you guys. It's so funny. So we're gonna get into Real Housewives of Potomac, okay? So starting, let me read it first, because so Giselle says we're going to a room. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm not mad at that, okay? If you don't have running water and the person is not trying to accommodate you, or she tried her, Angel tried her best to resolve the situation with the water, but it just didn't work the way, they expected, or she expected. And so Giselle decided to get them a room for a day. It was only one day. But she fixed it, okay? I ain't gonna make excuses. But my thing is, I don't like the fact that she was like, tomorrow, or I'm gonna get a room today, and we're most likely gonna go home tomorrow. And they're like, but we have a activity tomorrow, and she's like, well, what we gonna do? And she's like, depending on what we gonna do, we're gonna go home. What we gonna do? And she said, we're gonna fly fish. Right? That's the first time she said it. We're gonna fly fish. And then they all like, and all this stuff, right? And I'm like, why can't y'all just take one for the team? Why y'all gotta complain? I'm pretty sure people don't be want to go to the rodeo. I'm gonna be real with you. Some people don't want to go to the LGBTQ events. That's probably not they section, right? Some people don't want to do that stuff, but they do it to participate and to support, right? I was really upset that they were not being proactive or involving, like trying to do new things. Like, we've seen you guys year after year go to the beach, get in the water, lay on the beach. We've seen y'all do the same repetitive behavior. And it's like, why can't y'all just show us something new where you guys are actually getting along? And I'm gonna get back to that getting along stuff. Oh, that's why. So they were not feeling the whole fly fishing thing. Where the hell? Giselle tried to take over the trip, but Angel got her together. I keep calling this lady Ashley. So unless I actually say Ashley with emphasis, I'm really talking about Angel. So my bad. So they go to this lunch. Oh, because they were out in Aspen, in that area. They go to this lunch, and Mo from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills comes to the lunch. First of all, I could have sworn Kyle's husband was like browner. Like, I don't know his origin, but he was definitely like from the East, right? He was from the East. And so I'm kind of like confused as to who he is. He don't look the same. I'm like, wasn't he kind of like foreign? Like, I don't know. I may be tripping. And wasn't he taller? Did she have a different husband or something that I'm missing? But anyway, so Mo comes and talks to them, and Ashley says to him, hey, Mo, you've been fly fishing, right? Haven't you enjoyed it? And he's like, yeah. He's kind of thrown back, but he's like, yeah, it was. I really did enjoy it. That's the second time that Angel brought up what they going to be doing the next day. And then also, Stacy tries to hook up Ashley because Ashley is mesmerized by Mo, and so Stacy trying to hook her up, and here comes Giselle cock blocking, talking about we can't do that. We on the same franchise. I ain't trying to have no problems with Kyle. That's my girl. I can't. First of all, you trying to say that nobody could date Jamal Bryant, even though he's married now, right? At the time, you trying to say that nobody in this franchise could date Jamal. That's crazy. Furthermore, that ain't none of your business. Mind your business. Mind the business that pays you, which is nothing. I don't know why we're paying you. Why is Bravo paying Giselle? Y'all tell me. I could be wrong. Why is Bravo paying Giselle? What does she bring to the show? Exactly. Because I don't like her. I'm going to be real with y'all. I don't like her. Hold on one second, because I'm looking like a person that's blind. You know how they be having like blind out of one eye? They be having one side darker than the other. My bad, my bad. Let's see if this is better. That's a little better. So she caught blocking. So when Angel brings it up to Mo and say, "Hey, you enjoy fly fishing? Well, that's what we're gonna do tomorrow." And then all the ladies is kind of on board, but then Giselle comes in with a jab and say, "Oh, you sure you don't need to check in with Bobby first?" And she like, no, but maybe I will check in with my man. And I was like, if I was her, I'd be like, girl, yep, I may have to check in with Bobby, but at least I got a Bobby. What you got, Giselle? Oh, wait, you ain't got nobody. Who you gonna check in with? Nobody. Keith Sweat style. Um, um, okay. The thing that I disdain about Giselle Bryant is the fact that she's always complaining. Since the season start, Giselle has been complaining nonstop. She complained about Karen being arrested and not being forthcoming to the group. She complained about Stacy, about her supposedly. That's why I say I want to go through the timeline. Let me go through it real quick since it's on my forethought. Um, forefront of my thoughts, whatever it is. The season ended yesterday. No, 2 days ago, excuse me. The timeline of the whole season is they talked about Stacy and TJ. They accused her. Then they start attacking Angel for quote unquote getting evicted. Then they went back to Stacy and attacked Stacy for T.U.O. and saying, oh, she's not divorced. She's not really divorced. And their relationship is probably fake or something like that. How come T.U.O. don't want to come? It just went back and forth between Stacy and Angel. Again, just a little side note. Both of them were, Stacy and Angel were both on Watch What Happens Live, and they both said they enjoy each other. That goes back to my point about Vanita and Sally, that the fact that they're utilizing each other because they know they're both being attacked, hazed, whatever you want to call it. I ain't with that, but they can be able to utilize one another to stay on the show. They have more support with one another, right? And like being by yourself doesn't get you anywhere. But going back to the timeline, then they claim that Stacy told Chris about what Monique said. Then like if you go through the whole timeline of the season and the cliffhangers they left us on was some bull. They really didn't give us anything. Giselle really could not hold the season up by herself. She didn't offer anything. Giselle talking about some damn will that she didn't secure when her father was sick. I don't know if her father was in a coma during the time. And I don't mean to attack her family or anything like that. Her father, who has since deceased. I'm just saying when he came and planted, I don't remember. I feel like her dad came over and planted a tree before, and I'm like, why wasn't these conversations being had before the aneurysm? Let me look it up real quick because I don't want to say something. without being informed. Uh, okay, and yeah, like those are conversations, and I know it's hard, tough conversations to have with family members about having wills in place and what you plan on getting and who what goes with what. I know it's a bad idea for one because some people will take you out before the time so they can get their money. However, I feel like it needs to be like what you call those boxes, those bank boxes. I forgot what you call those bank boxes, but you should have one of those that that sends out a letter to each family members that state what each person gets. Something like upon your death, like once you die, this is sent out to say, okay, this is what you get, so everybody could be on the same page. Um, damn, get your brakes fixed, bro. Let me think. I don't think y'all tell me was it giving anything else? I don't think anything eventful happened during the season. That's why I was so surprised yesterday that the season was over. I'm just like, so y'all gonna talk about? Because I looked it up. The whole TJ case never came up. We don't have no case reference to this thing that Giselle said she looked at, saw with a case number and all this stuff. I'm like, does she not know what AI is? And we don't really know if Chris actually went on a date. I'm like, as much as y'all talked about Chris, y'all need to invite him. I think they already had the reunion though. Y'all need to invite him, call him something, get a quote from him, something, because the way y'all had this man's name in y'all mouth and claiming he said she said this stuff is crazy. We need to clear up some things. Saying that he actually went on a date with her. It's all over the place. I didn't really like the season if that's all it was given. I was like, it went by real fast. How many episodes was it? It wasn't that many. It wasn't in the 20s. I don't think so. I'm like, is y'all going back and then coming back like Love and Marriage Huntsville? Because this is crazy. But going back to Giselle constantly complaining, she complained about the AC. She complained about her living spaces, that she had to share a room. She had to, if you're going to haze somebody but can't take the haze back, that sounds like a one-sided haterism. That's what it sounds like. Like, I think Giselle's a real big hater. And then Ashley, like, she act like she's the popular girl and that everybody needs to get on her time. And that's what everybody acts like too. Like, they gotta follow Giselle and do whatever she say. Mm. I'm gonna tell you who my top ladies are that needs to be on the show. I need Bravo to switch it up for me, right? I'm gonna be real with you. Take Giselle out of the show. Just take her out the show. Okay? Take her out. Leave Stacy, of course. Leave Ashley. Leave Wendy. I don't care let me tell you something. When I saw that Wendy could get up to 15 years, I was like, girl, put on that Trump hat, call Trump for a pardon, and get back to the show. But leave Wendy, Karen, Angel. If I had to choose between Angel and Kay, I'm going with Angel because Kay, the Lulu self, not only did she attack Stacy for no damn reason that ain't got nothing to do with her, and sat over by the bar after she got dismissed. She actually don't care that she don't have a ring, even though she complained about. I might repeat this. Even though she complained about it the entire season before that she wanted a ring, and she moved out that house. Oh, she moved out that house with him because she didn't get a ring and moved in that condo. Now all of a sudden, I don't care about getting married. I'm focusing on my business. I said your priorities is misplaced, which I think Stacey said as well. So I'm gonna pick Angel. I like Tia as well. She coasted through the whole season. She only had one hiccup with Stacey, and they was able to come back and be cordial. Like, we ain't gotta be best friends, but be cordial. Y'all better than me. Who else was it on the show? I already said Karen, but I need Giselle to get off the show. Bring back, what's that lady name? I even said Cherie. I would like Cherie to come back, and that other lady, the other Green Bandit. Trade Giselle in for the other Green Bandit. Let the other one get some of that money. If she chooses to be in that relationship with Don Juan, right? If she chooses to be in a relationship with that man, let her be. Talk about something else. She ain't going nowhere. They work better together in their household. They finances allow them to do only this, to be in the same household, and they trust each other. They know each other. Let them do them. Mind your business. But at least she can bring something and allow the ladies to have fun. But I'm just like, Giselle ain't got nobody. She ain't offering us nothing in this show but mess and complaints and lies. Lies on top of lies. I think I brought it up. Not one thing Giselle has brought up in this season has been proven a fact. And I'm going to put Ashley in there as well, but we already knew Ashley was a liar, because guess what? She lied to Wendy about what Naneka said a few seasons ago. She lied then. Then she lied. Uh, She lied about her and Michael's relationship, that she didn't know he was a bisexual, that she didn't know he was out here sleeping with other men, allegedly, whatever the case may be. She lied about her divorce status, that they, oh, I'm about to get divorced. It should be wrapping up. Like, it went on for years and years and years. That was a part of her storyline before. Then she also used Josh. She didn't want to be in a relationship with Josh. She just used him as a support in her storyline. So I'm just like, why is y'all sitting up here taking what Ashley says as face value? Why is y'all believing anything she says? It's crazy. Like, y'all really believe in this lady? And I'm like, I need to see some paper. I need some documents. She got a screenshot or a still photo of Stacey and Chris next to each other. They ain't touching each other. They ain't kissing. They don't even. She looking at him seductively, but what is that? Okay, the way she was on Watch What Happens Live yesterday, we can be saying she looking at Andy seductively, but we know ain't nothing happening there. So it's like, you got to come with better receipts if you gonna sit up there and try to lie. So I said the people I want. Like I said, this stuff didn't type out the way I said it, so I gotta read through the bull. Who is Jackie? I think it was who is Jackie? I don't know who that is, because I'm not there yet. I can't remember that other lady name. Robin. There we go. I heard Karen say it. So basically, most of the episode was with the ladies in the car. But I want to say, once they got to the room, Giselle tried to really take over her trip. She was like, she tried to talk, and Angel cut in, was like, no, what we're going to do is, you may have gotten this room, but this is still my trip. And that's kind of what her issue was during the lunch is that, how you gonna try to take over my trip? This is still my trip. She wanted to emphasize that. And then Giselle wanted to call her out and be like, so are you gonna stay at the room or not? And I believe personally that Angel knew she wasn't going back to that room. She just wanted to appease her and be like, yeah, I'll go. And then, because I'm like, girl, even if you didn't have no clothes, like, how much clothes did you really need? You're still in your state. Like, I'm gonna wash it up real quick. And the fact that Giselle got a room that was so far, it still confirmed what Angel said, that there was no places close to her home, that it was really far out. It's the same distance. It was the same distance as that house that they had on the hill. It was basically, because she said once she got back to her house, that it was, and they had finished packing or whatever, it was 1:00 in the morning. It's like, what time did y'all leave this hotel? What time did y'all leave? And the way that they showed the map too, it looked like they still were far out. They were an hour away. And what's her name? Angel's house was an hour away as well from the location. So it's like, why are you not believing when somebody tells you something? You're hard-headed, Giselle. So Giselle finds out that Angel didn't stay. Angel, Tia, and Kay didn't stay at the room, even though she paid for it. But technically, did she pay for it? Because they didn't use it. I'm just like, just cancel it. But that they didn't use their room. They stayed at Angel's house. She was upset about that. She was still trying to convince the girls not to go on this event. I will say it would have been better for Angel to have stayed with the group. Okay, I'm not taking away from that. It would have been better for all the girls to be together and go together on this event, because then maybe Angel wouldn't have got lost. Okay, they all could have got lost together. It could have been something. It could have been better. Somebody could be like, that don't even look right. That don't even look right. Okay, somebody could have been checking somebody else. But here is Giselle complaining yet again about something. And the fact that they really didn't want to go on the fly fishing activity, I feel like it's very self-serving, and I include Stacy in that too. I'm not excluding her from this. She was eye rolling. They was like, we don't even know you, Angel. We trying to get to know you, but you don't even let us in. And it's like, matter of fact, Angel was crying at the table because they were attacking her again about them not having water, and her deciding not to stay with them and giving her a hard time. And she's like, I'm doing my best, but I don't understand. I would be like, girl, I would have cussed all them out. All that table would have been flipped. Fuck y'all. I said I was gonna keep it clean. But I'm like, I would have flipped that table and cussed them out. Okay, you could go home. I wouldn't have been asking them to stay. I don't care. I wasn't gonna kiss no behind for y'all to stay nowhere. You ain't got you. There's the door, right there. And so when she got in a car with Stacy and somebody else. I can't remember who it was. And she said, "Oh, here's something you don't know about me." And Stacy rolled her eyes so hard, she was like, "Girl, please, I just want to get to a shower. And I ain't worried about who you is right now. It's a little bit too late. We almost through with had she stayed with the group, they could have had a little slumber party and exchange stories. That's kind of what they want. But you divided the group. You divided them. You gave more attention to one group than the other. Of course, the group that you were in. And again, I kind of understand, because you don't really mess with Giselle. That's really who it is. I don't even think Angel has an issue with Ashley per se, because Ashley is following the lead of Giselle. She don't really have a problem with nobody else but Giselle. Giselle is the main factor in this issue, and we gonna have to get rid of her. Let's just try one season without Giselle. Can Giselle take one break from the show and allow everybody else to go? I promise you, I guarantee you, it's going to be better than her on the show. Make Stacy the bone carrier. Okay, make Stacy the one that delivers, information. Since most of the girls don't like her anyways. Most of the girls don't like her anyway. She might as well be the bad person. Carry it all the way through. So Stacy brings up to Jazzy, why did she become chummy in exchanging numbers with Cherie? She said, I don't understand, why would you do that after knowing that she called me promiscuous and disrespected me? Now, I'm going to say this now. I don't find that to be an attack to Jazzy. I find that to be communication and trying to understand what transpired between you and me, or you and Charisse, that caused you to want to be friends with her, because I could have sworn I was your friend, not Charisse. And so I find that effective communication. People on the show trying to twist it like she was attacking her, and it's like, so people shouldn't speak up. So Stacy was wrong for speaking up for herself. Is that what you're telling me? Jazzy says in response, she really didn't give an answer as to why she did that, why she felt. She said, I don't have a problem with Charisse. You know, I enjoy Charisse, or something like that. Something like that. I wasn't really listening to that part because it went by so fast. I don't feel like she gave a substantive answer to it that would validate why. This goes back to the whole Sally and Vanita thing, where you would allow someone in your space knowing that they're disrespecting your friend, the same friend you wanted in your wedding. You wanted this lady to be your maid of honor, or whatever it is. I don't care about them titles, but you asked her to be in your wedding, really in your wedding, and she turned you down and told you that she was going to be busy. Now let's get into it. Jazzy calls her out and say, well, since you want to bring that up, how come, is it true that you only decided to come to my wedding because you found out that Ashley and Wendy was coming to my wedding? She said, she looked confused, and I love the fact, my Aries queen, I love the fact, well, no, you ain't my queen. Okay, you are part of the team. Let me get there, because I'm the queen. Okay, I'm the queen of this space. Anyways, on the show, I feel like Stacy handled that situation so classy, so mature. The fact that she stayed calm, she didn't yell, she didn't attack, she didn't call people out their names, even though me, I would have cussed all you out. But she said calmly, I had something to do. She even allowed for Jazzy to finish her statement and her accusation towards her and Wendy, to allow them to finish, even gave them a break to give them a chance to calm down before even saying her part. Let me tell you this now. Stacy didn't get an opportunity to explain herself. But what she was able to get out there was, I had an pre-scheduled a meeting, and Jazzy said, you had the date to my wedding well before that meeting. Why would you schedule anything on that day? Now, I will give it to Jazzy that she's right about that. However, one, it says how she feels about you. Two, Stacy let something else out. That it was found out that Jazzy was recording their conversation. How true that is, I don't know if it's true. Sometimes, people press buttons and stuff. Maybe it was an accident. I hate the fact that those things says you are now being recorded. Okay. That, I feel like, of course, you can't use it in court. But why do you need to have an ad? I forgot how you say it, like a program where it tells the other person that you're recording them, because now whatever I need to support me or whatever I may say is going to be known to this person. I can't use it in court. That's the only place where you can't use it. And it ain't like Jazzy gonna call the police. And I'm not saying that Stacy was the one that was recording or Jazzy was recording. I'm actually saying it was an accident. But it ain't like they're gonna take each other to court, is all I'm saying. But Stacy said that there was a rift in their relationship because Jazzy was recording her. And Jazzy denied it. She said she was just as surprised as Stacy. And then she said, well, that's the reason why I wasn't really talking to you like that, because I thought you were recording me. And so what happened? I'm sorry. So she said, that's the reason why I wasn't calling you, that we weren't that close as we were, and so forth, so forth. So I really wasn't checking for you. That's basically what Stacy said. And then Wendy got upset and was like, why are you lying? You lying. So you calling me a liar? And she just got real irate. Like, screaming and hollering. And Stacy is like, what is your problem? She said that Wendy wasn't moving away from the fact. She was supporting the claims that Stacy only went because she and Ashley was going to the wedding. Then that's the reason why I love the fact that Stacy remained quiet and allowed for everybody to speak, because Wendy dug herself into a hole. She said out her own mouth, because I called you and told you that you would be dumb. I'm only paraphrasing. That you would be dumb if you didn't go to your friend's wedding, and that you needed to go because that's your friend. Nothing comes before your friend. And you told me, well, I've already had pre-scheduled plans, and I told you them plans. That's your friend. So you just confirmed everything that Stacy said, though. Where in this statement did Stacy, did you say, this is how I took it, for Stacy to have only went to the wedding because you guys, Wendy and Ashley, went, is if she called you guys and said, hey, are you going to Stacy's wedding or whatever, Jazzy's wedding. If Jazzy's wedding comes up in the conversation, oh, see, there go that difficult to reach back there thing. My arm actually does hurt. Oh, I guess I can't lift. Okay, but if Jazzy's wedding comes up in the discussion, right? And then she says, oh, you guys are going, I'm going to go too. If you had to persuade her, let me go back. If she says, okay, I'm going to go too, because I'm finding out that you guys are going, that is her going only because cameras are going to be there and you two are going to be there. But in this incident, you basically said you had to persuade her, reprimand her, force her to go to the wedding. You had to call her out about it. So it still was the same energy. It's just that now you said, you know what? Are you crazy not to go to your friend's wedding? And she was like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to go. She didn't say, I'm going to go because you're going. She didn't say, no, I'm not going to go because Ashley's going. She said, all right, I'm going to go because you're right. That is my friend, and I need to be there to support her. I don't know what kind of idiotic stuff y'all own. That's what pissed me off about the conversation. I said, then y'all again saying Stacy's lying about something when she's really not. And she's staying consistent in her position, and you guys just don't agree with her position. You don't ain't gotta agree with it. You ain't gotta like it, but it is what it is. We don't care. I didn't like the fact that she was sitting up there spinning Stacy's words, spinning the whole narrative to fit your narrative, trying to be deceptive to the audience. I love Wendy, but come on now, girl. To misconstrue the situation as if she didn't want to show up unless cameras was gonna be there and you guys was gonna be there. Like, come on now, that sounds crazy. It sounds like to me that Stacy wasn't lying. It seems to me like the comp and comprehension is missing, Bookie. Now they go back to the other vehicle where it's Ashley, Giselle, and Monique in the car. And Ashley finally wants to tell Monique that she saw. I'm not really sure on this part. I thought she was saying they were on the phone, but she saw Chris somewhere, and she was with the kids, and he was giving small talks. And she asked him, mind you, no cameras was in sight, so we're only going off of Ashley's words. Now go back to what I said about Ashley and how she be lying. And also delivering misinformation. But y'all take her words with a grain of salt, and y'all do what y'all do with it. If y'all believe her, y'all believe. That's all y'all. But Ashley tells Monique that she met with Chris. She asked Chris if he smashed Stacy, and he just drank some water. That's not omitting that he did. That's not saying anything. That's just like saying, I'm not going to talk about that. Like, for instance, for example, when I went to my uncle's house, he was talking about his partner, and he said something about his partner, and I looked up to the sky. Whether I agreed or not, I wasn't going to give any opinion, anything about it. And he laughed and giggled and was like, you did the right thing, because I'm not going to get into that. That's what it was. And that's kind of how I feel like Chris did. I'm not going to get into that. Y'all got it. So to try to spin it again as if he was admitting or, you know, being very vague or sneaky about his answers. Miss me with that, Ashley. And then also, like, it made Monique turn her view of Stacy in that instant. Oh, Stacy did tell me to my face that she never dated him. She don't talk to him like that. She said she saw something in the phone that was suspicious. She said she saw Chris saying, yeah, I heard my name been coming up in y'all circle or whatever. But she didn't say that Stacy said anything in response. She didn't say whether Stacy said anything in response. She didn't say anything about what Stacy said, which is misleading further. So now Ashley, and then she gonna turn her. Monique gonna say, "You never told me you saw him. I didn't tell you that, girl. Oh, I must have forgot that." Like, it's very calculated. It's very deceptive. I just don't like Ashley, but Ashley is good for the show. I will say that. She's very entertaining. She actually contributes to the show, right? I already went through the things that Ashley lied about. It's sad that Monique is taking whatever Ashley say as face value without even getting Stacy's opinion to verify it, to say, well, Ashley said that she saw Chris in the store or whatever, and he kind of confirmed that, even the information you got is not even enough evidence to bring to somebody. And if you were nice, if you were getting along, you can go to your own, your co-parent and ask them yourself. But the fact you're saying that Chris is bitter. That's basically what you're saying. And I can see it. I ain't denying it. But leave that man alone. Just leave it alone. And then, like I told y'all before, the fact that Monique already had an issue with whoever told Chris this, and now he's attacking her through courts. That's what she angry about. So she wants to find someone to take her anger out on. I hope during the reunion that Stacey is vindicated on everything that they are accusing her of. I hope. Because I just found out they had the reunion. I didn't know this was the last episode. They never said this was a season finale. This is basically the season finale before the reunion. But they said the season finale is the interview with Karen. That should have been a special episode or something, not a season finale. Shit. They would do anything just to prolong these seasons. Is there any holidays coming up? Damn. I feel like for Jazzy to say that Stacey is dumb is reaching. Then she said she lied on Stacey by saying, "Then you didn't even come to my wedding." How you gonna sit up there and lie on camera like that? And Stacey like, "I did come to your wedding." Oh, you wasn't gonna come in. Like, you're so angry that you're not even hearing yourself. Um. So the ladies pull over to a gas station to get them some food and something to drink, some alcohol and stuff. And during the time that they're eating, Jazzy brings up the situation that happens in the vehicle, and everybody again attacks Stacey. I believe it's Giselle sitting on the side of Stacey, ready to attack her. Yeah, I know. Sure did. I know you did. That's why I'm giving all these side comments, girl. How old are you? Ain't you the oldest? No, Karen's not here. So ain't you the oldest? This is how you behaving? Ugh. I really feel like Giselle is the weakest member. She's a pretty girl, but that's like the only thing that she holding on to right now. She is a weak person though. Messing with people she think is disposable. That's what it is. You're attacking someone who's disposable. And I'm gonna say this if I don't say it later. I love the fact that Andy is very supportive of Stacey and that he is drawing closer to, he like enjoys her. He thinks she's very entertaining, what so forth and so forth, right? I love the fact that it's being like presidents is being shown. Okay, Stacey has a place on the show. If she don't have a place on the show, they probably gonna give Stacey her own little show. They're gonna have a little segments trying to sell her selling stuff. That so Stacey is secured because she's chummy with the boss. I don't see Andy and Giselle acting like that at all. I just don't. I ain't with it. I ain't with it. Okay, sorry, my eyes got blurry. Oh, and I was going. The thing that I was saying about Vanita and Sally, I feel like the same thing is for Jazzy and Stacey. I think I already said that. It's a win-win situation where because Jazzy wasn't even really on the show. Like I think she's a friend of the show. I don't even think they did a still picture of her and giving us her update. But Jazzy is a friend of the show. She really wasn't around like that until Giselle pulled her in. And I think a few people was like, oh, I don't want her to come on a trip. I forgot who it was. I think it was Angel and Kay. But they didn't want Jazzy to come on a trip or whatever. And that's the reason why they made her stay on the show, because it would be some type of conflict, which did not happen. Right. And so thereafter, she was brought on more frequently, and her Jazzy and Stacey, they mended their friendship. She got married and all this stuff, right? I believe that was this season. It still don't take away from the fact that, girl, nobody really wants to be. They not your friend. Matter of fact, I was saying this, and I don't think I said it in my notes, but it wasn't too long ago where Jazzy was the one that was being attacked because she was with a man that had a baby on her. It wasn't too long ago where Jazzy was the one that was being attacked because she was with a man that had a baby on her, and she couldn't pinpoint whether were they together, were they not, maybe, I don't know. And Giselle was attacking you. Now all of a sudden you and Giselle best friends. Again, it's a business deal. We got to stop forgetting these things. Like, y'all be forgetting, and then all of a sudden they your favorite. I said, let's not forget these things that happen, as if both did not benefit, meaning Stacey and Jazzy did not benefit from the relationship. If you want to say that, if you want to say I wasn't friends, it was business. That's cool too, but it was beneficial. And then you see Monique saying, yeah, yep, sure I did. Now they got Monique on their side against Stacey. It really looked like all the girls is trying to push Stacey out of the group. And Stacey like, cool, that's how y'all want it? Y'all got it. And she gets up and she leaves. What did I say? Where's that? I forgot. I think it was also in the. Hold on a second. In the car, they brought up Ashley and Giselle brought up the fact that Bobby and Chris are close. They tried to say that maybe Bobby told Chris what Monique said, and I'm like, I don't believe it. And then I'm like, first of all, y'all better stop playing with that lady and her husband. Y'all better stop playing with that lady and her husband. Now y'all want to push it from Stacey to now Bobby. You know who I think told? You know who I think told? I think it was Giselle. I think Giselle told Cookie. And I think I said this before. Giselle told Cookie and Cookie told Chris. They are all friends. Because Giselle and Monique didn't mend their friendship till later down the line. Till after the fact, I think. After this whole thing came out. That's the only person who would have a vendetta against Monique during that time before they mended their relationship. Nobody else in the circle would sit up there and go out their way and call Chris. But did y'all see how Giselle looked at her when she came back into the circle? She looked at her sideways and she told her hairstylist, who I enjoy as well. Let me tell you something. Rodrigo, him, Don Juan, Funky Dineva. If I think of any more people, hey, La Roche, a few other people, if I come to think of, they need to have a show together. You talk about some entertainment, a show together. And I know Don Juan is not homosexual. I know that. He got a wife, but he's still very entertaining. And he gives that same type of energy that the other individuals give. I already said that. Yep, I already said that. Well. Oh yeah, because Jazzy said she attacked me, and Stacy like, are you really gonna go there and say I attacked you? That's and I think that was with her with Stacy's wits in, and so she left. Because I'm like, why y'all keep sitting up here saying that people are attacking you when in fact they're just communicating with you? I already mentioned that. Yeah, I don't know if Jazzy knew at the time that she and Sheree were being chummy, if Stacy, quote unquote, only went to the wedding because Wendy and Ashley went to the wedding, end quote. Right? I don't know if she knew about that when she was being chummy. And I don't know if that was before or after the wedding and how many weeks before and all this stuff. And I'm like, how come you didn't call her on the phone and have this discussion? Like you was trying to wait for an opportunity to call her out on call her out about it. And it's just gonna leave a rift in your relationship. Now Stacy don't like you. Um Now this is going back to because Wendy called her out. She was screaming at her in front of the girl, saying, you lied on me. You know you didn't go to the wedding. You only went to the wedding because me and Ashley went and all this stuff. She's saying it in front of the girls, and they over there giving choir responses and stuff. And so, like I said, Stacy got up and she goes over to Wendy goes over to Stacy and says, are you okay? I'm just telling you like it is. You want me to always be your yes man, and I'm not going to do that. How come as a friend I should be able to call you out on your BS? And she's like, well, you're not having, I can't believe that you're sitting up there attacking me with those girls. And she was like, you're trying to say I don't never have your back? You saying I don't have your back? She's like, no, you don't have my back. And I believe the miscommunication was Wendy saying overall, while Stacy is saying in this instance, right? Stacy saying in this instance, you're not having my back. And I was in agreement with Stacy, of course, because she's saying just because you had my back all season does not give you permission to yell at me as if I'm a child or try to reprimand me as if I'm a child in front of women have been attacking me this entire season. If I'm your real friend, then you should have pulled me to the side, had a one-on-one conversation after the car drive or whatever, and said, you was full of shit. This is how I feel like you're full of shit. You're wrong, and blah, 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 blah. And she could have cleared it up with you and say, well, I think you misunderstood. I really was not going to the wedding, but you convinced me to go to the wedding. Because at the end of the day, Stacy was right. At the end of the day, Stacy was right. And she was in her truth. That's the other thing. Wendy said, "Oh, I just want Stacy to live in her truth. I want Stacy to be confident and live in her truth." How can she be confident and live in her truth when every time she tells the truth, you guys attack her and don't accept the truth? Her truth. You don't accept her truth. You continue to attack her. She might as well not say anything anymore. It's no point. It's like talking to a brick wall. I said Wendy could have had a sit down with Stacy and Jazzy, and they could have hashed it out right then and there. But to sit up there and say it in front of all them girls was against quote unquote girl code and all this bull crap. It was against you guys' friendship. Mm. So when Stacy said, "I don't feel like you've had my back," Wendy got upset and walked away and was like, "Can you believe she said that?" That goes back to the group and say, "Can you believe she said that I ain't never have her back?" And Giselle says, "You've been the only one to have her back all season." And so then Wendy goes back and tries to have a conversation with her again. And that's basically what Stacy says, is that I feel hurt that you will sit up there and join in with those girls on attacking me when you could have. I'm not saying you couldn't call me out, but to sit up there and call me out in front of all those girls knowing that they don't like me, that's where I feel like you went wrong with the situation and screaming and hollering at me. She said, I didn't want you to be a part of that gang up. I wanted you to be more diplomatic about the situation. I.e., if you felt like I was wrong, you could have called me out one on one instead of sitting up there in front of all these girls when you know I've been attacked for months and months and months, uh, giving them another reason not to like me. Um, and that's basically what I said. What do you want Stacy to do if you guys are not accepting her truth? So then this is the end of Real Housewives of Potomac. Oh, this was long. They do the still shots where they show the girls individually and give an update on them, right? Mind you, did y'all notice that everybody still shots except Stacy, I believe, were all gorgeous. I mean, sorry. Everybody still shot except Stacy were very unattractive, but Stacy's was very gorgeous. She was smiling. And then everybody else was looking terrible. I was like, dang, they did y'all bad. I said Andy must have did that. Andy must have got up in there in that editing room, was like, do that. Like, cause she's really been on attack and holding her own by her own. Wendy has been helping a little bit, you know, but it hasn't stopped the attack, you know, and she's been dealing with it. And I think she felt a fresh air, how you say it? Not fresh air breath. Uh, I feel like she was relieved once they started to attack Angel. And the only thing I didn't like about the last couple of weeks or three, is the fact that she was kind of getting on that bandwagon to amen uh Giselle and them about Angel. I didn't like that. I was like, Angel has been nothing but nice to you. So for you to sit up there and her bathroom did smell like mold and all this stuff, I was like, it wasn't too long ago where they was talking about your breath, girl. And I think that's the reason why they want to kick you out the group, is because they feel like your breath is stinking. Now I will say this: during Watch What Happens Live, Andy ain't got no problem with getting somebody together. So if her breath was stinking, Andy would have said your breath is stinking. Now, during the still shots, I said Giselle got exactly what she deserved. She didn't win her case with her father's will. She still ain't got no man in her storyline, even though she's an empty nester. Wendy could go to jail for up to 15 years. And that's when I said, you need to put on that Obama hat, make America great again, Obama 2028, and get you a pardon and move on with your life. You already got the Chanel outfit. I think it was Chanel designer outfit on. Just get that red hat to match, okay? I said Ashley used Josh because it said that her and Josh been breaking up on and off, and that she doesn't see a real relationship with him anymore, and what's in her next chapter of life. I'm like, what really is in her next chapter of life? And they said a damn child's book. Girl, we ain't here for that. You better go to PBS Sesame Street with that. We ain't here for that. What I say? Oh, I called this lady Ashley. So they flash back to Angel because I think the rest of the still photos was in her car. So Angel sitting up there crying in the car as she's driving. I said, "Girl, you need to pull over in this car. Shoot, you got my life in your hands." I would have been like, "You want me to drive, Angel?" Because she was crying and they was comforting her and everything, which are good people. That's very supportive of them to comfort her. Me personally, if I was Angel, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad that the trip went awry, because them Frenches, them ladies didn't deserve anything that you put out there. They didn't deserve your kindness. They didn't deserve your space. They didn't deserve your hospitality. The only thing I will say that's a negative on Angel is the fact that it's bad business. It shows that you guys are disorganized, unprepared, and inconsistent, and unhospitable. Because you left them people out there in the wilderness alone. Thank God no bears came up there, because child, they was alone. And that's the only thing that's bad business on your behalf. You couldn't find the location that you scheduled. So I was like, hopefully, I ain't gonna say what I said because I already asked God for forgiveness. I'm gonna just leave it alone. And it's about Bobby, and I'm gonna just leave it alone. They didn't deserve it. They didn't deserve it, Angel. So wipe them tears and tell them ladies where they can go. Okay? Tell them where they can go, where the Lord didn't send them, but where the devil will accept them. Okay? Tell them where they need to go. Like I said, I'm mad at Kay because she said she didn't care about her engagement anymore. That she prioritizing her business over her marriage, over getting married. And I said, don't let this man use you up, because that's what men will do. They will use you up. And I said, what's his name? Greg ain't even that cute. He ain't got that many options. He can't find another you, girl. You the best thing that ever happened to him. He would be lucky to even find another woman willing to be with him. You, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure, a lot of men in your DMs. They probably ain't got the money like Greg. Maybe they do. But I'm just saying, I don't think your options is that low. Don't let this man steal your good years. These is your good years, girl. Just to not get what you deserve. Like, girl. That's why I'm like, Kay can't come back. If she ain't got no ring, she can't come back. Nope. She got her mama all on the show looking like a villain. Now, just like your mama, we don't like Greg either. He went to the jewelry store and bought you a damn mirror, a picture frame. It didn't even have diamonds in it. Girl, is you delulu? Like I said, Tia glided through the season. She really didn't have no hiccups, and her whole little update didn't really give nothing. Angel said she's a problem solver. I was like, girl, we need to X that out. Based off this trip, you not a problem solver. You solved no problems during this trip, okay? You gave no insight, no resolution. Hush. But I would like to see Angel back in the next season. I would like to see how her and Karen gel together. Angel claims that she bought a $2 million home in Potomac. Will it last? Depends on if she comes back to Potomac. Do I think she's permanently moving to Potomac? No, I don't. I don't believe it. If she's only moving to Potomac for the show, I don't care. Other people have done it. Malaysia. And I'm not Brandy. Like, other people have done it. So you're not gonna sit up there and ridicule this girl because she's prioritizing her business and her family over a freaking show that will excommunicate her in a heartbeat. All right, I already said that. What did I say? That's what I said. Karen would be a better addition than Giselle. If we want to sit up there and, take her out and replace her, Karen and what's her name? Karen? Robin would be a better fit than Giselle. Giselle, y'all got to see that this lady is not a good fit for the show. Please let her go. I know Robin chose to leave the show, but let's just get a break. I need a break from Robin. Moving on, if I say Married to Housewives one more time, Married to Medicine. So I think, I didn't get to do the review last week. Let me see. Last week I didn't do the review for Real Housewives. I don't really care to do it. So last week, Angel has an event regarding her what do you call it? I don't know what them things is called. Scrubs, her scrubs that she designed. And Quad cussed out Simone for trying or saying that she was gonna run her VIN number and see who owns that vehicle. And when she said it, did y'all see how King looked? He was like, he was surprised, like, what? Why would she do that? Then that calmed down, and then they tried to take a picture. They asked Simone to take a picture with Heavenly, and I forgot who was standing next to Heavenly. I think it was what's that girl named Heavenly? Contessa, right? And Simone was like, nah, get your hands off of me. I ain't doing this fake stuff, right? She said it very calm. She didn't scream. She didn't cuss her out. She didn't say, bitch, she didn't say anything like that. She just said, get your hands off of me. Then Heavenly, who is supposed to be running for a state representative at the time, says that, oh, you ain't mad at me. You need to be mad at your husband. You mad at your husband and all this stuff. She brings in her husband, which causes another ruckus. And then Angel calls out Toya about whether she's a good friend or not. And Toya says she is. And she says, well, I need to talk to you about something because I didn't like how you did something. And Toya's like, what is it? What did I do? She's like, I'll talk to you about it later. And she said, then why did you bring it up? Me and Toya said at the same time, why did you bring it up? You trying to sit up there and call her out and try to make her cowtail to you, and it didn't work because Toya been on the show longer than you have and would have the support of the ladies before they support you, whether they like Toya or not. Okay, whether they like Toya or not, they feel like Toya is very beneficial to the show. Then I think, was there another incident? Then Angel tells Simone, you need to get your attitude together before I don't invite you to another event. And Simone said, please don't invite me nowhere else. I don't even want to come to these events that you got, especially when you're not checking your friends who's starting stuff with me. I was all on Simone's side because I was like, girl, how dare you sit up there and try to come up to Simone, who's being attacked by not only Quad, but Heavenly. Your priorities is misplaced, girl. Like your issues are misplaced with the wrong person. And that's not the first time Simone got attacked for something that she was presented with. She was that came to her. I feel like Angel was being messy in that instant. I think she was being messy. She could have put it to the side. Excuse me. So Simone was mad at Heavenly for telling Quad what she said. She said, I knew I shouldn't have trusted Heavenly. And their relationship was already fractured, but this definitely put the nail in the coffin, understandably. Now, I'm going to get to it, though. I'm going to get to it. I recall Simone saying it publicly. Let me see. Simone got mad. This would have been a great opportunity. Yeah, this would have been a great opportunity for Dr. Heavenly to show her skills as state representative by resolving the issue within the circle group. But instead, she attacked Simone. Well, she did exactly what we expect her to do, except it wasn't your mama. She attacked Simone's marriage during their lowest time in their marriage. This caused a bit bigger fraction in their relationship than before. And I also want to say, what did I want to say? Yeah, I could have sworn Simone said it publicly that sure, I should get that VIN number and check and see who name is in or something like that. I don't remember when, but I remember her saying it. And it was a joke. Cecil. Cecil. Come to the front of the line. You're not married to medicine. Well, actually you are, but come to the line, sir. Come to the line. So they do scene for scene, right? They go to Cecil and Simone. And Simone says, she attacked me. I didn't like what she said. I can't believe I trusted Heavenly with this information. And she told Quad, knowing Quad would get upset. And it was a joke. It was a joke or something. And she said Heavenly got the same issues that she got issues in her marriage, just like we all do, basically. And Cecil says, well, we don't know what's going on in their marriage. We don't want to attack nobody, man. We don't know what's going on in their marriage. I got so irritated. I said, oh, now I see what Simone talking about. Now I see what she talking about. Because you ain't having her back in this scene. You ain't validating her feelings right now. You dismissing them and supporting somebody else. They go to Heavenly and Damon. And Heavenly says, Daddy, I don't like that. I don't like that, Daddy. Cause cause I don't understand what she was so mad for. She said it on camera. She it ain't like it was a secret. Shoot, I don't know why she was talking to me like that. And Damon says, I was infuriated. I didn't like that. Even though he can see, just like we can see, Heavenly started that mess. Heavenly started that. If it wasn't for Heavenly, Quad would have never got upset like that. And Quad was wrong for sitting up there confronting Simone at her friend's event. That's your friend. But I'm gonna say this: even though Heavenly full of crap and she a lie and she starting mess, Damon still had her back. I'm gonna need Cecil to take some notes on how to have your wife's back. You no longer can be the host of couples night or couples trip. And I think that would have been a lucrative it would have been a lucrative what do you call it? A lucrative business for them had they actually took it somewhere. If they would have took it somewhere and did something with it, people stupid. I could have went to go get my eyebrows done and came back. I could have went to go get my eyebrows done and came back. But that could have been a lucrative business for them to go on a trip and give couples advice outside their friend group. They could have gotten their little degrees, counsel degrees that don't really take that long, and been able to turn it into a business. But no, they just do it for the show. Um, so I'm gonna need Cecil to take notes that Damon is supporting his wife, no matter how wrong she is. He didn't say it on camera that she was wrong. He didn't say it behind her back that she was wrong. He probably told her in private. I think we've only seen Heavenly get checked by Damon one time. One time. He's never said to anybody else that his wife is wrong. I've never heard him say that. He make excuses. That's just my wife. I don't get involved with women things. That's what I've heard him say. Heavenly know damn well she started that stuff between Simone and Quad. So to act like you didn't do anything and like talking about, I don't know why she mad at me. What you mean? Then attack they marriage. Damon didn't say anything about that. Talking about you need to be mad at your husband, girl. Play with somebody else. Dr. Damon definitely needs to check his wife. He needs to check her. I don't care if it's in private, but he needs to check her and her antics. Oh, that's what I said. Cecil act like he care more about his relationship with Damon than his own wife. Damon act like he care about his wife more than his friends. He don't give a damn about none of y'all. That's the difference, sir. That's the difference. And mind you, it's only been 7 minutes in the show. When they get to the airport, Angel says, y'all was acting a fool. And everybody's like, oh, I wanted to apologize for that. I said, girl, the fact that you had to basically ask for an apology shows they don't give a damn about you. They don't care about you or your event, okay? And they will do it again. You had to ask. Oh, I said they didn't mean it either. And then I see Quad and Simone hugging. I said, oh, I'm getting tired of them. They over there hugging. Then they get mad at each other. Then they hugging, laughing. You see Simone big ass mouth just I said, oh hell no. See, I will never be in a situation where I will have either of their backs because they always gonna make up and then they'll blame it on you. Like how Simone is mad at Heavenly right now, even though she's made up with Simone. I mean, with Quad. Whether she not fully made up or not, you cannot be mad at Heavenly anymore if you're deciding to forgive Quad. If y'all made up, you gotta X everything out because I feel like Heavenly and Quad are more friends than Heavenly and Simone. They're more closer. So how can you expect for me to allow you to talk trash about my friend and I ain't gonna tell him? You crazy? That was something wrong on your part, Simone. Um, it's being said that Heavenly decided not to go on a trip, and I said you already looking bad. You already looking bad in the eyes of the voters. Okay, the fact that you stirred up some stuff and now you avoiding taking accountability or addressing the issue, you're looking bad in the voters' eyes. I said your white constituents was not going to vote for you anyways, but then your black supporters, you're definitely not going to get it. I don't think anybody that saw these episodes thought she would be a great representative for our state. Now it's said that Heavenly is running for congressman or congresswoman, excuse me. Same thing goes. Same thing goes. Same principle goes. I understand that Jackie's coming from a good place by stating that both ladies were acting a fool and everything, but Heavenly's not there. So for you to sit up there and say that in front of Simone and say y'all both was showing y'all behinds and and you're not checking Heavenly, we don't see you checking Heavenly, I can understand why Simone got upset. And she started getting a little louder and louder. No, you need to call your friend, and Jackie had to eat that. It does come off like she favors Heavenly more than Simone, even though they've been friends for over 20 years, and Heavenly's only been probably friends for 4 or 5 years, I would probably say. That's a reach even saying that. They haven't been friends that long, but they are closer. I hate to say it like this, but Simone's losing Simone's losing her Simone is losing her man and her friends. Okay? The friend circle is getting smaller and the husband circle is becoming non-existent. And so if a thing that my mom told me as I grew up is if more than one person is saying that you're the issue, maybe you need to look in the mirror because you may be the issue. And I'ma just leave it like that, Miss Simone, Dr. Simone. I'ma just leave it like that. Hopefully we can do some Michael Jackson and look at the man in the mirror. I'm hoping for the best for you though. So they show up to the house because they're going on a girls trip. I don't think I mentioned that. The ladies is going on a girls trip. They show up to the house, and the first thing out of Toya's mouth, everybody's saying, "It's nice. This is nice. This is beautiful." The first thing that Toya says, "It's livable." I can't stand a person who ain't paying for nothing making any negative comments about anything. You ain't paying for nothing, and you didn't have to be here. So the ladies get their room. Everybody get their room, and Contessa tells the ladies straight up, "You are the newbies, so this is how I'm gonna haze you. You get the bunk beds." She gets straight to the point. Everybody else pulls straws, and the first person who get the largest straw, they get to go first. However it went, everybody got their room, and they got the least attractive room. And what's her name? Angel got upset with Brandy. I don't know how she took out her frustration on Brandy by telling her, "Hey, I already didn't like the room. How's your energy?" Because I can't be in a room with nobody that got negative energy. And so, of course, the person is going to take offense to that, right? Let's back up a little bit too. Brandy tried to say she wanted to go to what they call those hotels. I forgot what you call those hotels, but she wanted to go to a hotel away from the girls, and Contessa's like, "No, no, 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 we ain't doing that. You just gonna have to take it. This is not unusual settings. You just got to take it. It's not that serious." Marriott, that's what it was. She said, "I'm gonna go to the Marriott," and then that's when she tells Brandy, "So uh what she say? How's your energy and everything? And Brandy takes offense to it. And she said, my energy is fine. Let me see. Angel, who are you? Why do you think you deserve? Oh yeah, she was like, because when she said the Marriott, I said, why do you think you deserve a better room than anybody else or a room alone? You're a newbie. Take the newbie treatment. Um, you ain't even been here that long. You just got here, girl. You ain't even been here for a whole season. I thought she was here for more than one season. You came on briefly, I think, when they was in Washington. Was it in Washington or something? They was somewhere where I think I was Reverend, I always want to say Jesse Jackson. It's the other dude. But when he came to the house, I think that's when they was on the show. Um Oh, I said that's like somebody coming to your event asking for 4 outfits when you gonna get what I gave. Okay, don't ask for more than what you deserve. Um, Angel says that she can't be in the room with somebody that has that negative energy. What has that energy yet? Oh, yeah, that has negative energy yet coming with negative energy. Is laughable. Brandy, I think. Oh yeah, Brandy. I love the comeback she gave. What is that supposed to mean? Because you about to get this neck roll, and no pun intended. Okay. Um, I love the fact that Brandy said whatever she had to say about whatever just transpired in that room and behind her back, but to her face, basically, because she was walking downstairs. And so she was like, "What if somebody told you that they don't want to share a room with you? They not willing to share a room with you if you got negative energy?" And everybody was like, "Oh no, that's rude. You need to go ahead and apologize because that's rude." And Angel was very defensive, like, "No, that's just how I am. That's just how I am." um, and so everybody's like, "Let's do a reset," because it was, you know, it was escalating. So they said, "Let's do a reset," and then Angel gonna come and say, "How I feel, how you may have taken it." I wrote it down. How you may have taken it, that wasn't my approach. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. My bad. That wasn't my approach. Um, Hold on one second. One second. One second. Oh, I got way too much notes. Okay, I wrote it down. That's not my approach. Toya gonna say approach our intent. I love me some Toya because she keeps it real. And Angel said, however she receive it. Then contestants say to Toya, you ain't helping. I'm like, yeah, Toya is helping because she trying to correct and help Angel with her apology, because I can't stand a person that says if I. No, it's not if, it's for. Those are the wrong terms to be using. If is a big word. For is the correct word. So it's not if you did, because you did do that and you had intentions on doing that. You're setting a bad energy by bringing up negative energy. So if you already feel like Brandy has negative energy, exit stage left, girl. It's not like this lady is doing anything. Y'all ain't gonna hurt. Y'all ain't gonna be hurt if she leave. Y'all ain't gonna be hurt if she leave. Brandy already knew she was full of it, and she was like, I guess if that's her apology, I guess. So then Quad tries to say, well, maybe Heavenly was feeling like that, because what it said is Heavenly didn't want to come to the trip because she felt she was fearful of Simone, that Simone would attack her, that Simone had pushed her, hit her, something like salacious, and basically slandering her, excuse me. Um, and Quad is making excuses. Well, maybe she felt like this and maybe she felt like that. I don't understand why we're sitting up here making excuses for Heavenly at her big age. Okay. She's causing chaos and turmoil within a group. Y'all have to stop making excuses for her bad behavior and be real friends and hold her accountable. Um, Heavenly did not feel bombarded and not heard because she never asked the question. She never said what's going on. It wasn't like somebody was calling her out the way that Quad did Simone. That will feel like somebody's bombarding you or attacking you. The way that, and I feel like Quad said it in her confessionals and in the pool, that Simone ain't gonna bust a grape. And I feel like I don't like the fact that you know that Simone's not gonna bust a grape, but you're doing all this rah rah, getting all up in her space and all this all up in her space. I said, Simone a better woman than me, because I think Simone will take you to jail. She like, I need these hands for surgery. Not to jail. I will sue you. I will sue you, ma'am, for every finger that you fracture. Miss me with that. Um uh what else was it? I was like, Simone didn't even do anything to Heavenly. All she said was, get your hands off of me. I'm not doing this fake stuff with you. She said, don't touch me. That's all she said. She didn't like being called out. Put put on the spot. That's what you can say, Quad, that she didn't like being put on the spot. She definitely was being put on the spot. Now, I will say this because I think I said it later, is that it did not connect to me this whole time that Simone had an issue because of her reputation, and her license. Basically, it could jeopardize her business as a YN, GYN, I think OBGYN. Yeah, GYN, because she said she's leaving the OB out. Um, is it a gangster young? Okay, and so, anyways, so she said that it could tarnish her business. So I didn't connect that until later, and I was like, yes, Heavenly to come so that she can clear some things up and not make it seem like Simone did something to her that she really did not do. And she got to sit up here and be arguing with people and get into the news that Simone did something when she really didn't. Dr. Simone, my type of girl, she like, I need these hands for surgery. Okay. Um, okay, I did say it. So it's like if Heavenly tries to keep up with this story, and she's running for a representative or congresswoman, whatever, we see you on camera lying on another individual, tarnishing their reputation and also ruining their livelihood, and that's not a good thing for you. Um, I'm like, they're not going to vote for you. And it also Oh, Simone said the rift in their relationship is permanent. It's done. She has nothing else for Dr. Heavenly. They was talking about how they initiate, intimacy, and I don't believe contestant when she says she get fellatio. I just don't believe her. But it's cute. It's cute to say. Um, you're enabling as bad when you're enabling, is it enabulation? You know that you enabling someone is bad when a newbie sees it and can point it out. That's how bad it is. And Brandy said, I didn't see this lady in several events and encounters, and she's always the center of these at the center of all these conflicts. Now the ladies go in separate groups. One go to see dolphins, which I thought was pretty cool. The other ones go to lunch, to the pool or some stuff like that. And so they get into these cute little Jeeps. I think they go karts, but they look like Barbie Jeep cars or something. It was so cute. I really enjoyed that. And so Jackie and Angel is on one car, and Quad and Toya is in another car. Now, as bad as Toya and Quad's relationship was and can get, I love the fact that they still like cool. She like, I'm riding with you, right? And so they're like, yeah. I don't think Toya wanted to ride with Angel. That's what it is. But anyways, so on the way there, Dr. Jackie almost yeet themselves, her and Angel, by trying to catch the hat. Her hat flew up. She's like, I got it, girl. She got it with both hands and took her hands off the wheelchair as they were still driving. As they were still driving, girl, I was like, look, that hat ain't more important than my life. Okay. I'm glad that Quad decided not to move forward with her second round of IVF. I said IDF. That's how confused I was last night. IDF. Maybe she'll get pregnant the natural way. But stress is a big factor, and timing as well. So I'm rooting for Quad in that situation. But I think the most important thing for her to do right now is to get married. If she not gonna itch, get off the toilet, okay? I don't think you should create life with a person you not even willing to marry, because then you'll be stuck with this person for the rest of your life. I feel like I understand where Toya's coming from when she says that it's messed up that Angel wanted her to hook her up with her friend, knowing that she dates multiple people. But I could have sworn that Angel did tell them that she's, venturing out, that she's dating around. So why would you want to hook her up knowing that she's out there dating? That's one. And the other thing is, I wouldn't hook up nobody in my friend circle with anybody I know, because then the easiest person to blame is you if anything goes south, right? That's one. The most I am willing to do is to have an event, invite these people, and see if they'll click on their own. So then it can't come back to me that I did anything wrong. It was on y'all. Y'all hooked up on your own. I don't agree with Toya calling her out in front of her guy friend. I don't think that was appropriate for Toya to do. Um, she could have pulled her friend to the side, or she could have just walked away and had a conversation with her later on uh, at some other time. So I was speaking to my therapist one day, and she told me, because I was telling her, oh, maybe I did break girl code or something. And she told me girl code is basically subjective. Based on what your values and principles are, That's the only way that girl code could be broken. I thought it was a universal thing. And so when Angel said that Toya was breaking girl code, I don't think Toya saw it like that because she feel like you're not even really my friend. I don't even know you like that. That was the discussion anyways. Like, we need to get to know each other better because I didn't even think that was a problem, or whatever the case may have been. And so what you may think is girl code, I definitely may not think it's girl code or breaking girl code. Oh, I was saying, for example, I don't think it's girl code to remain friends with your partner if I like them and get along with them. I don't think that's breaking girl code. The only thing I wouldn't do is invite, if you guys have like real bad frictions and y'all ended on bad terms, then I won't invite y'all to the same events, right? The other thing is, if there is DV involved, then I'm not going to be friends with that person. Of course not. Because I don't support that type of behavior. Um, Criminals, violent people, I don't know. Um, but I'm not gonna stop being friends with them just because you don't like them. So Heavenly finally shows up, and Simone is eye rolling and irritated, and you can tell her body language is displaced. Okay, so I watched what happens live. I did the whole drink thing. Um, I knew Simone's name was going to be the uh the the word of the night, and so I'm wondering, like, what does the show expect for you to do? Like, how are you supposed to keep track of how many times or when to drink if they don't say the name until like 5.5 minutes later? But so on Watch What Happens Live, it was Andy and Stacy, which I was excited about. Um, Heavenly answers Andy's question flawlessly about Simone commenting about them having similar marriages, right? Then she kind of went downhill from there because she said, "But I don't talk to my husband disrespectfully the way she do." She could have left that out. She could have left that part out. She could have just left it at, me and her do have similar marriages, and me and Damien are working out our relationship. She could have just left it like that, but no, she has to always attack someone. Um, and she did say, I was gonna say, I don't think Heavenly disrespects her husband on camera that much. I don't know if I ever seen Heavenly like really check Damien and do all that. I don't think I ever seen her do that. Um, I think Heavenly would be a great politician because she knows how to deflect and throw people under the bus and lie. Okay, and lie. Um, why would she not talk about? Why would she talk about Toya? Oh, why would she talk about Toya and Mariah's fight? Why are you bringing up old stuff, girl? They said Quad checked Giselle and called her a liar. Can y'all post where this was? I think I follow Quad on one of my Instagrams. I'm not sure. But I don't what happened? I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't want to look it up now, but I'm gonna have to look it up real quick. Hold on. Oh, I spelled her name wrong. Is her name Quad Harris? Why do I feel like her name's Quad Harris? Quad. I don't know her last name. Web. Okay. Okay, so it was this. Okay, so, what I found was it says Giselle and Quadwell discuss Angel Massey first season on Married to Medicine. I think they mean Real Housewives of Potomac. That Angel has a life others envy. Brian clarifies that she does not envy Massey's life, mentioning her guest accommodation, while Webb suggests that Brian and others might not be giving Massey a fair chance. Okay, let me see. Okay, I want to show it, but I don't want to show somebody else's stuff. Fair use. Hold on a second. His name is Kempire. So y'all go follow Kempire. I don't I don't want nobody flagging my video though. So let's see.
Down to the floor. But you and my good soror, honey, said that we were recycling the girls down to the TV show. Recycling, and that we was pillaging and rummaging through the recycle bin. You said that we were bringing on new girls that were recycled.
Oh, that was Robin.
Oh,
Robin said that.
But the thing
that was
about
not Giselle.
Yes, but the thing about it is, men lie, women lie, but the numbers don't. And we've done very, very well.
Yeah.
I think we have actually done better than Potomac. And
whoa. Woo! Saying it to your face, baby. She said we do better than Potomac. I'm going to be real with you. It was a time where Real Housewives of Potomac was doing better than Married to Medicine. It was struggling. Now, all of a sudden, it has flipped to Married to Medicine is more entertaining than Real Housewives of Potomac. And like I said, this season flew by so fast. I didn't even realize it was the last episode of the main season. Like, I don't consider next week's episode an episode. I think it's just a special. And they need to stop playing with us, right? So she continues. She said Robin said it. Now I don't know if Robin said it or not. I could be wrong, but I don't think Robin said it based off of what was said on Watch What Happens Live the other day.
Also Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Okay. The numbers.
Why?
I'm just saying we're good. You and I have always been good.
Okay.
But I heard it down to, I said, oh, not recycling the girls.
And Robin wasn't even talking about Married to Medicine. She was talking about Atlanta.
No, she was talking about Married to Medicine too.
Okay.
And look at Andy being so messy. He eating it up. I love, and that's the time to be quiet. Let them hash it out. Don't be jumping in. But some people can't control themselves.
That's my Sora. That's my good
Well,
sis.
you should take that up with Robin.
Look, no, I'm just saying.
We are two different people.
No, I do.
No, I'm taking it up with you because I think you said it and it's your show. You can deliver the message back.
You understand. Okay. Y'all don't even look alike.
No.
But
I want to see, dang, do they got the episode? Is he going to show the episode where it was said so we can fact check whether she said it or not? Did she say it?
Both of you kind of chimed in on it. I said, oh, well, we got to talk about this.
Oh, yeah, because it don't even matter if Robin said it. It's the fact that you yawned and amen and like you be doing. I told you. I said it earlier. Your amens get your butt in trouble now. It done got you in trouble.
I really don't think I did.
Yes, but we got to go back and run it.
We'll run it.
Run that beautiful
Run that thing. Run that thing.
Run it. Somebody gonna run it? Who gonna run it?
You know what stood out to me most in this?
No, I don't. I just want Is he gonna show it?
But you can't. You're unable to. You're not equipped.
Ooh, is she not equipped to?
Giselle, you said what you said on your podcast.
Oh, did he say she said it? Hold on. I'm sorry if I'm using too much of your stuff, but I need to know.
To just be on Real Housewives of Atlanta since she's not married to medicine. And seeing them both on Watch What Happens Live showed me that Giselle is not who you guys claim her to be.
She not, and I keep telling y'all to get this lady off the show. She don't add nothing to the show. I ain't seen this. I don't know who this person is. This is my first time. I guess I'm not the only one who feel this way.
She's not this great housewife. And even Kenya has called her out for not being able to deliver at reunions and going back and forth when it comes to shade. She immediately quivers in the presence of someone like Quad. And I'm just sort of like, this is one of those moments. Was Quad right about it? Well, no. Robin was the one who really went in about them recycling the girls. However, Giselle was there like, yeah, So stand on it, Giselle. You said what you said on your podcast. Stand on it. But you can't. You're unable to. You're not equipped.
Bitch, not you know what the hell is going on and you coming and telling me what I'm doing.
Did you see this?
It wouldn't pause. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to play all that. Ugh. Okay, he said it was Robin. That Quad was wrong about that. Don't matter. You chimed in, though. We agree with that. Okay. Let's see. Moving on. She did get it together, though. She got it together. Finally. Stacey said that the person who needs to work on their growth is Kay because she needs to reevaluate her priorities. And I'm in agreement to that. That's why I'm so mad at Kay now. Because, girl, you had me over here fighting battles for you to get the ring and stuff and cheering you on just for you to come back and tell the audience that you don't care about the ring no more. Girl, please. Moved out of the whole house to go to a condo because you didn't get a ring. Andy asked Heavenly which husband does a better job standing up for their wife between Cecil or Eugene. And of course, she picked Eugene. And I said, I'm not the only one who's noticing Cecil is dropping the ball. Stacey said exactly what I was saying while I was watching Real Housewives of Potomac, that Giselle is alone. I won't say she's lonely, but she's alone. And she's too busy worrying about somebody else's business, but her business. Mind the business that pays you, ma'am. Maybe she wouldn't be all up in other people's business if she had somebody to go home to. Heavenly confirmed that she said that Simone said the whole Vin comment on camera, and I do remember that. I don't know if it was during the reunion or something. They were into it, doing hearsay, going back and forth, talking about one another, and that's when Simone said, "I should get that VIN number and run and see who own it." It was something like that. It wasn't even that serious though. And Heavenly said it wasn't that serious. I don't know why Quiet got mad. Maybe she had the hormones or something. So that's it. That's all my notes. Now, if you disagree, please comment. If you agree, please like, please subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry it took 2.5 hours. It was a lot to get through, and I took my notes and everything. The episodes was very entertaining, even though it took place for Real Housewives of Potomac. It took place in a vehicle. I really feel bad for Angel, like I said, but I hope that Angel, who else? Angel, y'all know the girls I said. Angel, Stacey, Kay, even Jazzy is fine with coming back, but don't bring Giselle back, please. Give us one. Just see, can we test it out to see if it would work? Bring Robin back, bring Karen back. I don't care that she had a DUI and everything. Hopefully, she learned her lesson and she'll call an Uber or something. She'll get a driver, whatever the case may be. Hold on a second. Okay, you better be driving around for something else. But and as far as the ladies in Married to Medicine, they're doing just fine. It just started, so I don't really have any issues. I think everything is going smoothly as possible. Southern Charm, I'm still mad about Southern Charm, New Orleans, and so they are doing okay, I guess. I'm upset. The only thing I'm upset with that about is the fact that Sally forgave Charlie but didn't forgive Anita. Okay. I don't want to say what I want to say, but it is what it is. Why are you gonna turn that slow? Anyways, y'all have a great afternoon. I gotta go. My baby on the way, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.